it's gonna be a very triggering video. So I want you to just brace yourself for it. And for women specifically, I want you to sit down and listen to this video because it is going to be the greatest advice, maybe, that you can forward this to a woman who's getting married, who has just gotten married, or if you are that woman who is married recently or in the first 10 years of your marriage. Either way, okay, it doesn't matter. Just listen to it. I have gathered the courage and my thoughts together to make this video. Because I come across a lot of women every single day of my life who are going through a really horrible time, reconstructing their life all over again after divorce, or who are going through divorce. Listen, I'm not being negative. I'm not saying, oh, you're going to go through a divorce. Oh, Nimesha, why can't you, for once talk good about relationships? No, 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 no. All I'm saying is a woman needs to be sovereign, okay? She needs to be in her power. She needs to use her brain when things go wrong, either with her or maybe her daughter or her sister or anybody in her family. She should know how to keep all emotions aside and think from a space of practicality and not from a space of losing your power or your sanity. Because most of us, when things go wrong, specifically when it comes to the marriage part or relationship part, we lose our sanity because our reality is mostly manipulated and gaslighted into believing something entirely else. Now, you might think that, Nimesha, but like, I'm in a really good marriage. I trust my partner. He's such a great guy. The family is great. Good for you. Even then, whatever I'm going to share today, you still have to take a note of. As I said, situations change, people change. I'm not saying that you're going to go through something bad. I pray that you don't. But toolbox. You should carry a toolbox with you all the freaking time, a first aid box, whatever that you may want to call this. Okay, you ready? I'm gonna keep the notes on my laptop on. So just in case you feel like, Nimisha, why you're not looking at the screen, this is why. Okay. So if you're getting married this year or you got married last year as a woman, please listen to me very carefully. Keep all your emotions aside, as I said. It doesn't matter how intentionally in love you are, or how shy you feel, how nice you feel with your family, or whatever this is, okay? If you don't want to fall into the trap of patriarchy, there are some practical, boring, unromantic things that you must do as a wise woman just for your own security, okay? This is not about being negative, it's about being sovereign. Now, the first thing first, dowry, gifts, and jewelry. Yeah, you with me on this? Dowry, gifts, and jewelry. First of all, I'm not encouraging dowry. I do not encourage dowry, but I know that in a lot of family, there is no option for you to back down from it or convince the other family, or there's a lot of family politics involved. So it comes under the name of tradition of like gifts and help and whatnot. Okay, so whatever is being given from your family side, cash, jewelry, furniture, car, anything, keep a clear record of it. Okay, I repeat, keep a clear record of it. Video, audio, pictures, receipts, invoices, every goddamn thing that you can gather, like, keep it. Bank statements as well. Okay, just make a file. Make a file. You don't have to again become like entirely cynical about it. Just keep a file. Okay, just keep proofs ready. Um, Written list with the amounts. Okay, don't feel shy about this. Please don't feel shy about this. This is your right. After you move to your husband or in-laws house, make sure all your jewelry is in your own custody. It should not be in the locker of your mother-in-law because she's going to keep it better, or with your sister-in-law or somebody else or your husband. It should be under entirely your custody and under your access only, nobody else. Doesn't matter how much you love your husband, once again, nobody else, just you. Okay, so keep it in a locker or a place only you can access. Right now, the second point, subtle emotional abuse and extra dowry pressure. I'm going to repeat these points: subtle emotional abuse and extra dowry pressure. Now, what is this whole highlight? You're like, Nimesha, what the fuck? Like, okay, no, listen to me. Stay with me. For at least first 5 years, if anyone hints at we expected more from you, or see what other girls brought, or keeps asking for more money, gifts, or favors, note it down. Note it down. Okay, keep screenshots, keep audio recordings, Note it down, okay? If someone tries to isolate you from your parents or your family, constantly trying to make you feel small, making fun of you in front of other people or mocking you in some way or the other, keep screenshots, keep messages, voice notes, every possible record or proof that you can. Just document the fuck out of it. Like, you don't have to obsess over it, of course, or live in fear, but just quietly build a backup file or a proof in case you ever needed. Okay, thank you. Next, third, don't tell anyone about what happens at home. This particular statement, big red flag. Okay, just letting you know, it's a big red flag. If your in-laws start to tell you, if anytime any fight happens or any abuse happens or any knick-knack, and they tell you that don't tell this about it to your parents, don't tell anyone, whatever happens in the house should stay in the house, this is the reputation of the family, you have to maintain it, da, 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 da. Like, whatever happens in the house should stay in the house, you are the reputation of this family, don't talk about us outside, don't tell your parents, friends about your marriage problems. These particular statements, huge red flag. Okay, stay in touch with your closest friends and family, talk to them. Do not hesitate in talking about it over and over again, consult with them, brainstorm with them, heartstorm with them, that do you think that this is, am I being gaslighted, or am I just overthinking, like, or should I be careful? And make sure that you know when you're being gaslighted, please, because all these things are not normal. Okay, if anything feels off, listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, talk about it openly with the people you trust. Do not let anyone mentally, emotionally, physically isolate you, because this happens a lot. The first thing that they do from a resourceful woman, they do to a resourceful woman, they isolate her mentally, because once she's isolated, like, her entire world starts to revolve around a particular man or her in-laws, and then she doesn't escape that particular cage. And no matter how emotionally blackmailed you are, just do not let anybody tell you that this is your world now and that you can't talk to more people about it. Do not let anybody mentally isolate you, okay? And this happens very smartly, by the way. You won't even get to know. So please be careful. Silence is how abuse survives. The more they silence you mentally, emotionally, physically, the longer, like, the abuse, is going to stay. And by the time you'll actually realize it, it's going to be too late, because your idea of reality will already be so manipulated that half of the time you'll just stay in denial that no, but they loved me, they just cared for me. No, that wasn't love, that wasn't care. You were just being manipulated and isolated mentally. You became completely dependent on them, and then they just, anyway. Fourth, point number four, money, accounts, and assets. Okay, for at least first 10 years of marriage, avoid joint accounts in the beginning if you can. At minimum, don't keep all your money in joint accounts. Okay, have two separate accounts in your name, one for expensive, one for your savings and investments. Okay, keep a track of money you're spending on him or his family or his relatives, whatever that may be. Okay, joint investments, whatever you're spending, EMIs, assets being brought together, every little detail, keep a record of it. And if possible, I know this is a privilege as well, please at least have one asset in your name. I say this all the time. A woman who has an asset on her name is, oh God, yes, she's privileged, and at the same time, she's secure, and she'll always have this backup. And it's a very wise decision, and she should do it shamelessly at any cost. Okay, so it could be a land, it could be a flat, a fixed deposit, gold, anything. Just have some assets on your name, and at the very least, make sure that your jewelry and your savings are yours, entirely yours, and only you can access them. As I said, this is not greed. This is financial safety. Once again, this is not you being selfish or money minded and how they try to manipulate you. This is just you being financially aware, safe, secure, wise. Okay, be a wise woman. Next, number five, how he behaves with you, like, versus in front of others. Observe very closely, okay? Is he sweet to others but mean or dismissive to you? Does he crack jokes at your expense in public? Does he take his parents' side blindly and dismiss your feelings? Trust your intuition, okay? If you ever suspect cheating, or if you find some actual proof, do not let him emotionally manipulate you into thinking that it was nothing, or he'll not do it again, or you're just overthinking. Save the proof there and then. Save the proof, okay? A screenshot, a photo, a chat, anything, a recording. You may never use it, okay, but if things get worse later, and if if things happen before without your knowledge, and then you get to know about it, oh god, like you really need some proofs, okay? So, and you will feel grateful for it then. So please keep some screenshots always. If you find out something, or if your gut is saying something, your intuition is, trust your intuition. Believe me, it will always be right, mostly, I'm telling you. Number six, very important, domestic violence. When it comes to, if somebody hits you even once, it's just like, oh, just this one time it happened, from the space of anger. Um, don't let it go. Please don't put it under the carpet. Do not put it under the carpet, ma'am, please. If you experience any physical violence, even if it's only once, if he apologizes, cries, promises to never do it again, take photos of the injury. Take photos of the injury, mi amor. Please do that. And even if just a scratch, just a mark, just whatever, just take a photo and go get a medical record and proof of it, on a basic checkup, an MLC if possible, anything that is legally notes to jury, okay? Because without it, by the way, you will have no legal power anyway. This is how it happens with the cops. First of all, if you live in India, our legal system is fucked. So, sorry, not sorry. Like, things, they say that, things are in a woman's favor. No, they literally dry your fucking throat off. The life leaves your body just even thinking about divorce, because that struggle is like even heavier than whatever you went through in your marriage. So, oh God, don't even get me started on it. It's a whole different chapter. That's why most of the women just settle down for peace, and not fighting for what they really deserve. Um, yeah, they suck the life out of you. So yeah, you can, but whatever, because of this medical record, it becomes your word against his, right? So, and unfortunately, many times the system does not believe women without documentation. It's always the case, actually. You can still choose to stay, to forgive, to work on your relationship, but please do not erase proof. You can choose to forgive, okay? You can work on your relationship, great, but do not erase the proof. Just don't move on from it. So, next, if things ever go wrong, if in the future things go wrong, you move towards separation or divorce, do not let anyone shame you for asking for alimony or settlement. Talk to more than one lawyer. Please do that. Show them your proof of dowry, gifts, screenshots, financial records, medical records, everything that you can give, show it, okay? You're not greedy, you're not vindictive, you're not evil for wanting financial safety after giving your time, labor, emotional energy, and all of it. Like, you literally give such important years of your life, So please, you're being simply fair to yourself and not being a selfish, mean, greedy woman. They will anyway call you that. Doesn't matter if you take the alimony or not. So better take it, okay? You're not a bad person for being careful. This is point number 8, okay? Is it's okay to have faith in your marriage. It's okay to have love for your partner deeply, okay? But love without practicality, is how many women lose their power, assets, health, sanity, all of it. They lose their life, okay? People change, families change, situations change. So, prioritizing your safety does not make you a bad woman, a negative wife, or evil daughter in law. It makes you a wise woman who refuses to hand over her life blindly to a system built on patriarchy. I'm going to repeat that. It makes you a wise woman who refuses to hand over her life blindly, like, to her life, on a system that is just blindly built on patriarchy. So I know some of you might feel triggered or even angry, like, hearing this. But I'm saying that this as someone who works very closely with women, who has seen what happens when we trust blindly and don't keep a proof. I know. I know. Times are changing, and every woman who is getting legally involved with someone who needs to be double, she needs to be double, triple careful. You deserve love, you deserve security, you also deserve evidence and power. So please, women, do not hesitate in being extra careful, practical, while being in marriage, while being in love, because honestly, when things go wrong, you will regret so much from not acting from a space of here instead of here. Um, and you'll feel helpless. and all, you'll also feel isolated and powerless. So if you have proofs, and if you have some documentation, and if you have taken precautions, half of your battle will get easier through this process. So and also it's very inspiring, and to be this way in this timeline, when there's so many things that are happening around the world, that is completely against women, no matter how much they're fighting or since how long they're fighting for. From the outside, it appears that, wow, like, the legal system supports women so much. Oh, believe me. To even file an FIR, you'll have to stand for 4 hours, like, and then they'll take it seriously. And later on, it's all like a whole again. Yeah, it's a web of lies. It's a web that exploits you so bad. So I know most of the women, they just give up before the fight, because I don't blame them. You need balls, man. You need courage. जिगरा चाहिए होता है भाई इन सब चीज़ों में, and you have to, yeah, just go through a lot. So please take these precautions. Listen to me. Share this with all the women, as many as possible. Do not hesitate. Be shameless. Be strong minded. Be strong headed when it comes to these things. Do not let anybody shame you into believing every point that I shared in this video, because they are only coming from a space of manipulation. I give you that. Whoever says like ये तो कुछ ज़्यादा ही बोल रही है यार, ऐसा थोड़ी होता है, और बट मैं तो लव करती हूँ, मैं ट्रस्ट करती हूँ, और मैं तो सिक्योर है सब कुछ। बहन, मैं हाथ जोड़ के कह रही हूँ, मतलब ये जितना भी हम बिलीव कर लेना कि ये, हाँ, मैं तो बड़ी सिक्योर हूँ, मेरा वाला ऐसा नहीं है, या मेरी इन लॉस ऐसे नहीं है, वो सब ऐसा लगता है स्टार्टिंग में। मैं बता रही हूँ, जितने भी अब्यूजेस होते हैं सब में ऐसा ही लगता है, और मैं नहीं कह रही कि आपके साथ होगा, मैं तो चाहती नहीं हूँ कि आपके साथ हो। इट शुड नॉट हैपन विद यू। आई प्रे दैट माई लव फॉर यू, आई प्रे ऑल द पीस, ईज एंड हैप्पीनेस फॉर यू, बट we women needs to get out of this whole state of being blinded when we are in patriarchal spaces, and because that's how we have been fooled all our life. We are very kind, giving, nurturing, and all of that, but we also need to be a bit more ferocious, smart, logical, and really use our strengths and intuition in such spaces, and not let anybody else isolate us or tell us who we are otherwise, or what we're feeling is wrong. So your safety is entirely in your hands here. And of course, may you have a beautiful community to support you if everything goes wrong. I'm there with you. I'm rooting for you. So thank you for watching this video. And please, it's a request to share it with more women, because you have no idea how many cases I come across every single day. And it's painful for me, uh, so painful for me to watch these women go through so much. Like half of them, they can't even believe it happened to them. For months, they live in denial. Their heart just shatters. So I am saying this for them, and for you, and for me. Yeah. Thank you.